Hi and welcome to this week's video. In this video I'm planning to get the exhaust finished. One or two other little bits I want to get sorted out, like the transponder fit and a bit of tidy up on stuff on the engine. So hopefully we'll get through that quite well, and you can see it in the video, so follow me. Well, here's the piccolo pipe in position. You can sort of see the holes going down, around and out the side here. I put in the EGT probe mounting, and when I did it I realised I did a mistake. The mistake I made was I should have done that to the Y piece before I welded on these pipes here, because of course all the heat and everything there shrank this lot close towards each other again, which I'd already had to move them apart just from the heat from welding, and did enough distortion to bring them together. But because of that lot there, that really did it. But hey ho. So this is it. It's in its sort of brushed finish. I need to just do a little bit more to make it just a little bit more even over the whole thing, but not too bad. And that's the finish it's going to be. I don't think it's a horrendous look. The first stage of my EGT probe fitment, this is doing it the same way as I did on the other side. As I drilled in straight in there, stepped out the drills, and then did a sort of drag across through with a 1/2 inch, so that this fits in like that. Now what I'll do is I'll draw around the edge of this on the around here, cut it off so I don't have too much of this sitting inside. I just want the probe sitting inside. I don't want this restricting the exhaust gases. And I can then cut it off to length straight across here to fit that little fellow inside. And I'll probably pre-weld that. That's what I did on the last one. I pre-welded that into there, and then I welded around the joint. I'm doing it this way around because, as I said earlier, the mistake I made last time is I did this bit after I assembled the exhaust, and all the heat around here just brought that V in. Alright, so there we are. That's the sort of wacky shape I've got at the moment, which makes that fit in nicely there. So I'm just going to weld that on, and then I'll put that into position. I'll show it to you after I've done the welding. So I've welded the end piece on, and I just thought I'd go one stage further on this one. I've just stuck it in a lathe and turned it a little bit to make it look a little neater, but hey, it's not that bad. Right, so this now needs to be welded in to there. That'll be great fun. As I said, I'm not the best welder in the world. It's I've got the odd little sort of pocket because I tacked it and then ran a bead around and I didn't quite weave it enough, but it's welded and it's solid. One of the things a big advantage of doing it like this is I actually, to get that joint bit there, which was a bit of a pain, one might say, with the other one, I actually welded it, I don't know if it shows there, but I welded it on the inside. And also I could get in with a grinder inside to help clean out some of the excess metal, which was a little bit, just makes the flowing a little bit better. But it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. However, it is acceptable, and I'm not going to kick myself too much over that. It's not particularly visible as it sits on the inside like that one does, so not many people will see it, thankfully. I'm not really proud of my welding, I must admit. Anyway, I've run out of gas, so I won't be doing any more probably this week, because I'll have to fix them up at the weekend, so it'll won't be till the next sort of video time I'll have gas to be able to fabricate the other side fully. Okay, so I've drilled the floor and mounted the transponder. I've drilled and put the riv nuts in for the radio. I moved it back slightly so you can see the original pencil marks maybe just in front of the riv nuts. I've just rested bolts in there. So this is the get that on screen for you a bit better. That's the riv nut type thing I'm using. These are rubber, and they work quite well actually. They work extremely well. I mean, there I've put just got a washer underneath the head of the bolt, and I don't know how well. Let's see if we can get the light a bit better. You can sort of see how the rubber sort of spread out here extremely well, and we've done tests with these at work for battery securing going onto a composite floor, and it'll withstand the weight of a gel battery at 9G going through just 4 of these fasters, so these rubber things. As long as you drill them the right size, the hole the right size, so you're just pushing pushing that through, these work extremely well at holding. And considering that most of the load is in a shear format, so if I have a sudden stop, this little lot's going to want to shift forward. It's not likely to want to jump up at me. There'll be a lot of negative G to try and rip this off the floor. I think it's safe to say that they are securely held. So, nice cheap method of holding down, using it as a blind fastener for just going through your ply floor on your home built aircraft like this. No problem at all. Just a very quick bit. I haven't shown you any video of me doing it, but I've been going around the whole engine, going through various bits which I consider need to be torque sealed. So there we go. As I said, probably not worth videoing too much on. Everybody knows about torque seal, just there to indicate if things come loose. Okay, to tidy some bits up, I'm not keen on just having these bolts sat here unlocked, and you're not going to use thread lock on them, as they're going to be undone and done up on a regular basis to do the rocker clearances. So I'm going to drill these and for wire locking. To make my life easier, these are tightened up. I've put a mark on the flat, which is going to be close to where I want it to be, and I'm just going to drill through with a 1.6mm or 1/16 of an inch drill bit, using the pillar drill, and then I'll just wire lock this little lot up. It's one of those little jobs that takes time, but might as well get it done. So there we go, there's the hole drilled through, sort of centre there. This isn't really a tensile bolt, it's not holding a lot of tension, otherwise you'd normally drill the corners on opposite sides to do it, but this is just straight through right through the centre of it, which will be sufficient and nice and easy. Alright, so I'm using 21 gauge stainless steel aircraft wire locking wire, safety wire to our American friends. So just pull it through. I'm pulling the one side right the way round. I'm just putting a quick twist in to lock it, and then with that being about right, I'm just going to where the other hole is. I'm using wire locking pliers. Can do this by hand. The trouble is most people who use wire locking pliers will over twist the wire, so that is really about as much as you want. So there's my bit. I'll hopefully I've got this right. I'll poke that through the hole there, and I can pull a bit of tension on it, and I'll just pull that back. That'll help lock it in place. And I will pull this one around, putting tension on, and now I'm on this side. I'm using the wire locking pliers, but I'm not using them in their normal way. I'm rotating it the opposite direction. That helps to keep this little loop in tight. It won't want to try and force its way out. It's not quite fully tight yet, but we'll get to that in a second. I trim off the excess. I bend what we always used to call a pigtail into the end of it there, and now I've just put that last little bit of a twist in. See, we've got enough tension, it sort of makes a bit of a musical note, and the end of that pigtail is out of the way, so nobody's going to, or shouldn't really get caught on that. So that's it. That's tight enough. If that tried to loosen off at all, it just make that wire locking wire tighter, and of course that will stop it from coming undone. So I'll do the same on the other side now. And that makes me feel far more confident in the fact that my rocker cover won't fall off the aircraft, allow a load of oil to dump itself down the side of my aircraft and go through somebody's greenhouse. So there we go. Right, on the other side. Well, that's it for this week. Finished off the piccolo pipe for the port side. Great stuff, yay! I'm quite pleased with the way that's gone, considering I've made it up out of 6 sections of pipe with a MIG welder. I don't think you could get it an awful lot better with an amateur welder in an amateur shop like me. So it's functional. It's not perfect. Am I happy with it? Well, yes. Am I proud of it? Well, no. But there we go. But I'm happy to fly with it. What else have we done? Well, I've been doing a lot of putting torque block onto nuts on the engine, but I haven't shown any video of that. It's not particularly exciting watching somebody put a red line, as I've used red in this case, going over a load of nuts and things and clambering around and crawling underneath the engine. I have shown how I wire lock the rocker covers, and I've shown how I've secured the transponder, so hopefully that is of some use to you, and just keep your mental juices flowing for your own home build, or if you're not a builder, just an enthusiast, for your own interest. Anyway, look after yourselves, keep well, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. You can subscribe or even hit the little bell notification for future videos. Any comments would be appreciated, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Remember, go fly and feel the sky.